morning, everybody. It's your girl, Brittny Charity, and welcome back to Saturday Morning Storytime. Today, we're talking about traveling through time and how we are kind of travelers of space and time. I've been thinking about our impermanence here on this earth with all this fighting on this planet and stuff, thinking about what the hell we're really doing here and just how we can be the best of ourselves while we are here. And then this old song came to me. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears, go ahead, release your fears, stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, gotta be bold, gotta be wiser, gotta be hard, gotta be tough, gotta be stronger, gotta be cool, gotta be calm, gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said and read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, gotta be bold, gotta be wiser, gotta be hard, gotta be tough, gotta be stronger, gotta be cool, gotta be calm, gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be kinder. You gotta be cool, gotta be calm, gotta stay together. But we know, love will save the day. We know, love will save the day. Nice. All right, everybody, that was a great 90s oldie and a goodie by Desiree, You Gotta Be. Now, before we jump in to today's story time, I want to give a quick shout out to Saturday Morning Storytime sponsors. Yay! This episode of Saturday Morning Storytime is sponsored by Ray Robertson, my patron from South Boston, Virginia. Thanks, Ray. If you would like to become a Storytime sponsor, you can check out patreon.com/ukesfordreams. This episode of Storytime is also sponsored by Joey Times Productions, where we are recording today. Specializing in live sound, studio recording, artist promotion, and media. Check us out, facebook.com/joeytimesproductions. This episode of Storytime is also sponsored by my dear friends Simply Shipley, and that's their cool time-traveling school bus behind us. So it matches the theme of our experience today, traveling through this experience of space and time. Thank you. Star is actually my camera woman today. So shout out to Star, shout out to Mike. Thank you for being here and helping me out with Saturday Morning Storytime. And now, let's jump right in for the book that we're going to be reading today by an old dear friend of mine. He's a musician, he's a storyteller, he's a songwriter, he's a performer extraordinaire, and he's one hell of a time traveler through this existence. His name is Lipbone Redding, and he wrote The Essential Lipbone Traveler. It was a little book that he put together in, I think, 2018, and he started handing out to his friends that were at his shows, and he made 250 copies. I got number 212. I remember when I first got this little book, it was so sweet and so to the point. It was simple, and some of the best things are simple. He doesn't complicate this life. When you hear his music, it's just so fun and freeing and liberating. And this little traveler guide is like, it's his guide on how to travel through time. He's this free-flowing musician, wanderer, teacher, and student of life. And he compiled this book for us on how to be travelers through this time as well. So let's dive right in. Words by Lipbone Redding, cover by Jackie Reed Young. Public domain images courtesy of the British Public Library. Only take what you need. You've got way too much stuff. I guarantee it. If you haven't used it in a year and it doesn't have great sentimental value, get rid of it. Be a gift giver. Donate to a tax-deductible organization. Liquidate the junk and turn it into cash. Trade it for something that you need, preferably something that takes up way less space. You can't have a deep, meaningful experience if you can't stop worrying about your stuff. Then again, some people are addicted to stuff management because it gives them a sense of control. Newsflash, no one is in control. Furthermore, they don't put luggage racks on a coffin. Intrepid adventurer, off to see the world and experience the great mysteries. You will not slip easily between the endless realities with a boatload of junk. Get rid of it. The swift. The swift is a swallow-like bird that can remain in flight for 10 months at a time. It migrates 10,000 miles a year, and even when it reaches its destination, the swift is rarely or never seen on the ground. Swifts often roost briefly in chimneys to hatch a single egg. Their feet have evolved to cling only to the sides of bricks, walls, stone, and other vertical objects. Swifts eat, sleep, and mate upon the wing. They regularly gather in large clusters a mile or more in the sky, reeling and singing to one another. Observers call this behavior circusing. A lot may be learned from the swift. Questions. Cultivate more questions than answers. Accept everything but believe nothing. Place your capacity for belief into a future world where compassion is ordinary and suffering has ended. Nobody has all the answers. We find answers by listening to others, being curious, and exploring possibilities. When someone has all the answers, then all chance of discovery is gone. If someone is never wrong, then there is no desire for learning. A wise person learns more in a day than a fool will know in an entire life. Stay curious, ask questions, and don't be afraid of not knowing. It's the one thing we all have in common. Next time someone asks you a question and you don't have the answer, just say, "I don't know." Beauty. Develop your capacity to see beauty in the world and in people. What you see in the outer world may be a reflection of your inner life. Conversely, that which you cultivate within may manifest in your environment and in others. Go forth with the knowledge that beauty is all around, and it could be revealed through a simple act of remembering. If you ever find yourself in a tricky situation, remember to breathe. Inhale deeply and engage your compassion. Allow the beauty to become a part of your exhale. And if you encounter something truly extraordinary, a beautiful sunrise, an act of kindness, or a dramatic insight, breathe in it and hold it in your mind as long as possible. Exhale with deep gratitude. Pressure. The lightless benthic depths of the ocean where beings must produce their own luminescence. The atmospheric water pressure is so great that if one of these creatures were brought to the surface, it might literally explode and turn to jelly. In this way, consciousness is the same. Invite, but never force another being from their optimal pressure zone, unless it is an absolute emergency. In your ignorance and haste to do something good, you may inadvertently kill profound art, dismantle the beings of a new society, or prevent a great innovation. As travelers, we must be very careful to blend in with our environment and respect the inhabitants, including people, plants, animals, and others. Be generous, be kind, be compassionate, but never meddle in the process of others' self-enlightenment. Intuition. Work on developing intuition by not working on it at all. Intuition is not about deliberation. It is about knowing you will know. Learn to follow your feelings. Ask yourself, is this correct? Without thinking, notice the first answer that comes to your mind. Avoid a loop of second guesses. Also, when in doubt, don't. Your intuition is always gathering data that the critical mind cannot process. When the time comes and the information is needed, the answer will usually be right there. If you have to work hard to find that answer, You are subverting a near foolproof process that has been part of humanity for thousands of years. Some problems require critical thinking, but balanced thinking requires developing intuition and listening to the message it gives. The Traveler. Move towards things that make you happy. Love, but don't stop at material love. Take it higher. Be creative. Dance often, with or without others. It brings profound joy to the dancer and those in proximity. It connects you to your origins and ancestors. It leads to music. Music is medicine. Music is pollen that germinates into life and ideas. It is food. Share food whenever possible. It is a simple act, but one of the most powerful expressions of human love and caring. It helps build healthy relationships and reminds us of the sustenance we give to each other. Remember to breathe. It is the immediate power you have over your own life. You are a traveler, not only in the world to take, but also to give. Keep it moving. Ever-changing playlist. Usually the first question anyone asks about my recorded music is, what kind of music is it? If you know my catalog, you also know that adhering to a musical style is not a priority for this traveler. Most people want a sentence, an enticement to invest in the listening of an artist that they have not heard before. I simply say that my curiosity is deep, and there are many beautiful worlds to explore. I tell stories, and through my work, I hope to convey a sense of sharing through feeling. Music is pollen. It germinates ideas. Music shatters and also inspires belief. It is beauty, it is paradox, it is truth. The end. All right, everybody. There you have today's episode of Saturday Morning Storytime. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look for me in a couple of weeks. I'll be back with another story time. Until then, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Mwah. Peace. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. Gotta be bold. Gotta be wiser. Gotta be hard. Gotta be tough. Gotta be stronger. Gotta be cool. Gotta be calm. Gotta stay together.